So student, we shall go through the chapter monopoly. Mono means single and poly means the seller. So while we are going through the market means the proper coordination between the buyers and the sellers. That means sellers know to buyers and buyers know to seller. So there you say those people know to each other and they have the proper coordination between themselves. That is the known as market. But in economics, according to the competition, we are dividing the market into different categories. So according to the competition, we are dividing the market into two categories: perfectly competitive market and imperfectly competitive market. And if there is imperfection in the market, that's first of what I said, the monopoly. Monopoly is a market situation in which only there is one seller. Monopoly is a market situation in which there is only one seller and large number of buyers are there without any close substitute. That means substitute product or close substitute product not available in this market. Then the elasticity of demand is relatively low. Why I am telling this? That because the close substitute is not available in this market. So that elasticity of demand that become low in this market. And we take the various example in India, the supply of electricity that's controlled by one department, that's a monopoly. So the railway of India, that is also monopoly. So monopoly having no close substitute, having no other option for the buyers to purchase the commodity. Now we shall discuss what is the monopoly market. Monopoly market is the market where there is only one seller and large number of buyers trading with each other, who having the product, differentiated product with no close substitute. Now we shall discuss the features of the monopoly market one by one. One seller and large number of buyers. That means the monopolist himself is the king of the market without crown. That's having the sole proprietor of the market or sole controller. That's complete supply of the product is controlled by the monopolist himself. So monopolist control the supply, total supply according to requirement of the market. He is controlling the supply. If the demand is increasing, the monopolist increase the supply. If the demand will decrease, the monopolist decrease the supply. So according to the requirement, the monopolist fix the supply of the commodity. So he is the only proprietor, only seller of the market. Next one, no close substitute. Suppose tea is available, then coffee will not be available because the monopolist himself is the owner of the market. So no close substitute. He never keeps any close substitute in this market. Why? Because if the close substitute available at the cheaper rate, then the demand of the dearer commodity will not be there. So the close substitute is totally not available in this market. No entry or exit of the farm. There is strong restriction of entry and exit of the farm. Suppose one farm want to enter into the market, then what will happen? Take the case of Railway of India. There are 65,000 development of railways of India, and acquiring of lot of lands are there, and there we see a lot of wagons are there, and lot of trains are there. So new company, if the new company will come, there are lot of investment that requires, but they face the competition. So it is very difficult for the new firm to enter into the market, as there is possibility of the old firm to reduce the price of the commodity as the new firm will enter. So there is no chance of entry of the new firm, and there is strong restriction for exit of the firm. If the firm will exit, there is no monopoly. If the new firm will enter into the market, that is not possible at all for the new firm to enter into the market. Then the patent right. Patent right is given by the government. Now it is given in the international level. Patent right, the right of the best wishes, is given by the government. And patent right, that no any company come forward to open in that line, that's in that brand. There is no such composition of the product available in this market. Then differentiated product. The quality of the product is not same. Why? Because the monopolists divide the market into different category. There's market A, B, C, E. Can also divide the customers into different groups. So the differentiated product, there you see the monopolist may charge different price for the differentiated product. Then price maker, as he the only one farm, as the only one proprietor is there, according to demand of the product, the monopolist may charge the price of the commodity. As when a consumer purchase more of the commodity, he may charge less price. When the consumer per unit less price per unit, when the price of the commodity is when the consumer purchase less of the commodity, the price may be more. So price maker, that's very important one. The monopolist is the price maker, not the price taker. Clear? And next one, price discrimination. Price discrimination may be taken place for the different things. Suppose there are different a lot of gap between one market and another market, like the Konarghat place and Sadar Bazar. There is a lot of difference there. So the monopolist may charge different price for in that market. Like that, the Bada Bazar and Dharmtola market, there are a lot of difference. It is not possible for one consumer to move from one market to other market to purchase that product. So there the discrimination is there. In the legal section also there. So you take the case of electricity. The electricity department charge more price for the industrial output, guarantee return is there, and less price for the domestic output. So you see that thing also that taken place in the price discrimination. Take the case of a doctor. The doctor may charge different prices for the poor, fees for the poor patient and the rich patient. And that's why price discrimination is taking place in this market. Then relatively less elastic demand. The elasticity of demand is relatively low. Why? Because the close substitute is not available in this market. So elasticity of demand is relatively low. Now we shall discuss the price determination under monopoly. The monopolist determine the price by satisfying two conditions. First condition, marginal revenue must be equal to marginal cost, because marginal revenue and marginal cost equal. And second point is their marginal cost curve for the marginal revenue curve from below. The monopolist must to satisfy these two conditions to come into the equilibrium. So there are three possibilities for the monopolist to either to earn supernormal profit, normal profit, or loss. Why the monopolist gets the supernormal profit? Because the complete control in the hand of the monopolist, so he will get the supernormal profit. If there is, if the consumer purchase more of the commodity, he may give relaxation. The consumer surplus go into the pocket, more consumer surplus will go, then the monopolist may get the normal profit. And the question arises here: can monopolist get loss? Definitely, monopolist may get loss due to two conditions. First one, the monopolist get loss due to mismanagement, or the mismanagement between demand and the supply. If there gap is arise between demand and the supply, then the monopolist may get loss. And second condition is natural calamities. The natural calamities like earthquake, cyclone, flood, those are also responsible for the monopolist to get loss. Another factor. Now come to the figure. There we see that the monopolist may get supernormal profit, normal profit, or loss. You see the figure in the diagram. There we see the monopolist in equilibrium where MR equal to MC at point E, and the price of the commodity is OP and cost is OC, and output is OQ. So per unit profit is PC, that means price minus cost, and total profit earned by the monopolist is PMNC by selling the OQ output in the market. So this is the supernormal profit that earned by the monopolist PC into OQ, that PC and M, the area that's covered in the diagram, the monopolist is earning supernormal profit. Normal profit is there is a profit itself including the price of the commodity. So that you see the average cost curve just shows the average revenue curve, and at the point E the firm is in equilibrium where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. The monopolist is getting just normal profit. If the cost curve is just above the revenue curve, you see that per unit cost is OC and per unit price is OP. So loss made by the firm per unit is CP. Total loss made by the firm by selling OQ output is there, the area CP and M. This loss made by the firm while selling the output OQ. So there are the three possibilities for the monopolist, either to earn normal profit or supernormal profit or loss due to these are the possibilities for the price determination under monopoly. So you people understand that what is monopoly, features of monopoly, and price determination under monopoly. This much for today. If there is any query, you can ask in the comment box.